Hey, I've been doing some videos where we look at guitars that have relic jobs, relic treatment, or some guitars with natural wear. It's just kind of fun to compare. So this is a 1974 Fender Telecaster that's been through some stuff. There are stories waiting to be told about this guitar, which I don't really know. It's mysterious, but something happened to it. The edges are really interesting. Like, this seems kind of rounded, but you can see all kinds of different areas to look at. Here is some authentic arm wear, which I find amazing because I believe this is a poly finish, which is a very thick and hard finish that doesn't wear easily. So here you've got the top coat worn down, looks like a primer coat, sort of a possibly white paint. Yes, it is white. Then there's a clear coat. Then there's a little bit of wood peeking through. So there are layers where the arm wore through that. I'm curious about this area. How did that finish get removed? Could it be sweat from somebody's shirt? Maybe they had acidic sweat that just reacted with the finish. So this edge is worn down almost to the wood. This is worn to the wood. Here's some discolored stuff. This is pretty interesting. Along here it's all scarfed up, and through there it's kind of discolored, some brown. Almost looks like it was burned. And this surface is down to the bare wood, so that shows it was probably played up here a lot. Somebody was up here really working, and the side of their hand touched that, butted up to that surface there. Let's look at the top here along this edge. Here's some nice wear, probably just from scraping against somebody's body, I guess. Not quite down to the bare wood, but you can clearly see the top coat and the primer and then the clear coat before it reaches the bare wood. And one thing about the finish is you can see the wood grain right through it. Some big wood grain there. So the body, what's going on back here? That's a nice, almost looks melted. It feels, yeah, it feels like it was melted there. It was lumpy, like wax. And here's a deep gouge that shows the bare wood. So when the bare wood gets exposed, it takes on that dark color. I always think this is from strap wear. Back through here, the strap comes up and wears against that. And the neck is another giant story. So this guitar had the fingerboard was leveled. This is like a vintage radius, which is kind of curvy. Some people don't like that, so they plane it flat and probably refretted it. In fact, it does have stainless steel frets, so usually that's a good thing. This feels quite different, and the frets were worn extremely worn. These were just really rough, and so what we did was we leveled, crowned, leveled, and made them as good as we can, and it does play really well. Plays in tune, plays really well. But something happened when the neck was refinished. So you've got some neck wear here going through the clear coat or whatever it is, and then along the edge you can see some bare wood here. Where else do we have bare wood? Here it looks like it was bare wood and then it was covered with some clear finish. So it's got that dark color, dark colored wood with clear over it. so it's pretty smooth. Here we can see the finish is ready. You could get your thumbnail under there and flick some off so it's kind of breaking away. Probably in the long run this would be nice if it was just bare wood. But it is just exactly what it is. Kind of mysterious. Somebody put on some new tuners. Of course we had to drill a bunch of holes in it. I think leaving the original tuners would have been really cool myself, but these are Schalers, are high quality. If you wanted, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to restore this guitar back to brand new showroom condition, but if you were going to do something, we could fill those maybe and disguise them. I would put original type tuners back on it if I was gonna have it, but the Schalers are fine, and the logo's in good shape. Looks like we have to take the neck off to adjust the truss rod, but it's adjusted well, so no problem there. This guitar had some replacement pickups put in, and they were microphonic and shrill and didn't really work, so I put the pickups out of my Mexican Road Worn in this, just so it'd have good functioning electronics. It really does work well, but I'm supposed to be selling it, so I can't fall in love with it, but I really do like it. It's pretty light. Usually 70s Telecasters are real heavy pieces of wood. I don't know if the thinking was heavier guitar, heavier tone, or maybe just lack of quality control where they just were shipping them out faster. This does have a 4-bolt neck, not the 3-bolt, which 4 is more stable. What else can I tell you? The fun thing about this was I did a kind of an unboxing or a video when I first saw this guitar, and I plugged it in, tuned it up, and then did a video just looking it over. And I was looking at it, I go, you know, I think this guitar is probably a 1974. And then I found the serial number back here, and I looked it up, and it was a 74. So that's just kind of weird instinct thing that worked out. But it is tempting. If you're going to have a Telecaster, I think you need an old, kind of rough-looking thing that looks like it's been played in some honky-tonks. So to me, this is pretty appealing, but it is a little bit ugly, too. So this is an example of honest wear. I don't think anybody relicked it to make it look old. It just was played a lot. So that's maybe what the people, when they relic guitars, they're trying to get this kind of a vibe. And so, you know, it's just an old guitar. To me, this is, you know, like something I would have encountered when I was growing up and maybe seen a guy playing this and been pretty impressed. The bridge does have some pitting and rust. That's pretty cool. So it looks like whoever played it kind of maybe had acidic sweat, maybe a heavy hand. The way the frets were gouged out shows that somebody really maybe squeezed really hard, had a heavy, you know, maybe were pretty tense and they crushed the strings when they played. So it was kind of overkill maybe. They had a heavy hand when they played. So other than that, I don't know. But it is for sale, and it does have the original case, and it's available. So let me know if you're interested, or if you have any questions, or if you're completely grossed out by this thing. It's all fine. I can handle it. So thanks for stopping by.